When a leader is consistent in their approach, they are sending a clear message to their team about their values, goals, and expectations. This clarity helps team members understand what is expected of them and allows them to align their efforts and behaviors with those expectations. The resulting culture is more likely to help team members feel motivated and engaged, leading to stronger teamwork and cohesion. This is Neil Wadier with the AMPT Mental Performance Podcast, exploring the second component of coaching credibility, consistency. Coaching is a complex process that involves a wide range of skills and behaviors, and athletes need to believe their coach has the knowledge, expertise, and experience to help them reach their goals. Coaching credibility builds trust, which helps athletes buy into a coach's philosophy, follow their instructions, and work hard to improve their performance. When coaches are high in credibility, athletes are more likely to respect them, leading to better communication and more productive feedback. Credibility also impacts culture by setting the tone for the team. You establish clear expectations and create a productive environment for athletes to thrive. Last episode, we discussed the first component of coaching credibility, character. Today, we are looking at consistency. Coaching is not just about teaching athletes physical skills required to succeed in a particular sport. It's also about building relationships and helping athletes develop mental and emotional skills required to perform at their best at all times. Consistency reinforces expectations and behaviors for everyone. Consistency helps create a sense of stability and predictability. Coaches are leaders, and they must be willing and able to provide the example for everyone else, their behaviors, the words they use, and how they treat others. Consistency provides a reliable message. Inconsistency, on the other hand, can lead to confusion and uncertainty. When athletes and other team members are unsure of what they are going to get from day to day, they will be less sure of their environment, less willing to take risks, and more protective of themselves. Being consistent means establishing clear expectations, standards, and boundaries. Consistent in your communication, feedback, and behavior. If you expect your athletes to be on time for practice, you must be consistently punctual yourself. If you want your athletes to work hard and give their best effort, you need to consistently model that behavior first. Consistency also means being fair and impartial in your coaching. Treat all athletes equally, regardless of their talent level or personal characteristics. Apply the same standards and expectations to all athletes. Do not show favoritism or bias. Consistency helps build trust, confidence, and respect. It contributes to a productive, healthy, and supportive culture. Consistency, when I originally was writing this, I thought of consistency as like the substance that holds, the way in which a substance holds together, like the thickness or the viscosity of a liquid. But it can also be applied to the makeup of a culture at work or home. Much like integrity is often thought of as truth and honesty, it can also be applied to the structure, the integrity of a foundation or building, right? Integrity meaning how firm and stable is the foundation. So therefore, when you talk about the integrity of a building, how can the building be trusted, the foundation be trusted to hold together? So therefore, the decision of consistency, the way in which a substance holds together, can also be the substance which holds your team together. And the Latin root of consistency is standing firm. But standing firm for what? Last episode, we discussed character. Without deliberate character development, what are you being consistent about? What kind of coach do you want to be? Emotionally reactive or emotionally consistent? Predictable or unpredictable? Consistency is predictability, predictable behaviors, and effective communication. Consistency requires planning and effort. It requires deliberate development of skills for mental, emotional, and physical regulation. Consistency is also incredibly difficult. When you feel justified to yell or dispense punishment, consistency requires you take a moment, you take a breath, address your triggers. Yes, I use that word because we all have them. Awareness comes before regulation, so it's best to get to know your triggers, as soon as possible. Consistency requires you regulate your energy and your emotion and act with deliberate intention for the best possible outcome. The more consistent you can be, the more productive your environment will become, the more likely your team members will actively explore their environment, take risks, and develop skills. They will learn to rely on you for empathy and accountability. While all this information has been very important, I always end up asking the same question. What are you going to do about it? How do you plan to deliberately train the skills of coaching credibility? You accomplish consistency by focusing on philosophy, style, expectations, communication, professionalism, and the long view of continuous improvement. A coaching philosophy is a set of beliefs and principles that guide your approach to coaching. A coaching philosophy helps you establish a coaching style, values, and goals, and helps create a consistent approach to coaching. Developing a consistent coaching style that aligns with your coaching philosophy includes tone of voice, body language, and coaching strategies. Establish clear expectations and clearly communicate these to your athletes in terms of behavior, performance, and team goals. Athletes need to know what is expected of them and what they can expect from their coach in terms of support and feedback. Practice effective communication by using clear and concise language, active listening, and constructive feedback. Remember, communication is not one way. It is a two-way street, and there's a lot of noise in between. So practice effective communication. Maintain a professional demeanor at all times by being punctual, dressing appropriately, and avoiding unprofessional behavior. Unprofessional behavior means a lot of things, and you need to be aware of where to draw the line. Finally, continuously improve by educating yourself and improving your coaching skills. Attend coaching clinics, read coaching books and articles, seek feedback from other coaches and athletes, and yes, continue listening to the AMP Mental Performance podcast. Continuously build your coaching credibility through consistency and professionalism. Thank you for listening to AMPed Mental Performance Weekly Podcast, your source for optimal mental performance coaching. I have 2 tasks for you this week. First, choose one action from today's conversation to implement in your life. Second, share this podcast and community with someone who values their mental performance. I appreciate your direct message feedback and would appreciate your online review of the podcast. Your honest rating and review help me improve the show and helps others find our community. Visit Arizona Mental Performance Training on all the popular social media outlets and at ArizonaMPT.com. Optimal performance requires deliberate mental skills training. You don't get better by accident, you get better by intention. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of training. Are you ready to become deliberate with your mental skills, to live with intention, to train with a purpose? Stop playing games and train to become a champion. Check out the AMPed weekly newsletter. Registration link is in the show notes or at ArizonaMPT.com. Check out 2 great options for you to work with Arizona Mental Performance Training. First, powerful one-on-one mental performance coaching customized to address your specific performance challenges. Second, the AMPed Foundational Course, self-paced online mental performance training through the AMPed Learning Academy. For more information about these options, check out ArizonaMPT.com or email hello@ArizonaMPT.com. Sign up today and propel your performance from good to great.